seksi gitu kan nggak semua orang tahu. Kemarin reshuffle nyopot Yasona kirain kayak ini nggak sih, bukan cuma sekedar So we are now here at the campus and it's currently 6:30. We're quite early, jadi parkirnya itu masih sangat sepi. Hai Bang.
Farsha Zarayanti, Sarjana Hukum, Vice Director on Human Resource Development, ALSA LCUI Board of 2023. Second winner contract.
Full badan kita aja.
Bener sih.
Nanti gue masukin kamu.
Congrats YouTube.
Hi. So we are now heading to Makam Ayah because it's my graduation and I plan on taking a picture with him. Still in my graduation clothes. It's currently jam 3 lewat and after this maybe we're gonna have dinner and have a meal karena dari tadi masih seharian cuma di kampus aja, baru jalan ke sini sekarang. And we're almost there. Gitu kan?
Jadi saya harus jual ya.
Halo. Hai Bang. Guys, abang aku emang selalu disconnected dari dunia. Right now we are stopping by at another place. Sekarang itu udah lumayan malam. Ternyata baru jam 7, ternyata belum semalam itu. But anyhow, since we started the morning really early, so considerably pretty late to still be out here. Currently, I'm drinking my smoothies. Hi guys, so I am back home. Then, ini ada abang. So it's currently 10 p.m. and I haven't wiped off my makeup, tapi aku udah beres-beresin semua barang aku. So here are some pictures that was taken during my graduation and I really like it. This is my favorite one, personal favorite. I think the angle is good and my face looks good as well. And here's the three of us. It wasn't a planned picture because this was just a random pic where a photographer approached us terus bilang foto aja dulu, kirain aku bakal jadi dokumentasi acara aja, but turns out they printed it. Yes, so I'm very grateful about the results. Kebalik. And another compliment for this graduation is my makeup. Aku mau muji diriku sendiri because I think I did quite well for my makeup. For context, aku itu latihan makeup ini tuh 2 kali sebelumnya. Aku udah latihan 2 days ago, I was going to wear a red lip karena kalau misalkan kalian udah lihat kebaya aku, I think in my head it's suitable for a red lip. It can go well, tapi terus pas aku coba, it didn't really fit the concept of the eyeshadow I was going. Jadi jatuhnya tuh terlalu menor gitu kalau terlalu dipaksain dengan bibir merah. So I decided to go with a pink lip, like a fresh pink, but not too nude because I still wanted to pop out. So I went with the red lip that I actually quite wear on a daily basis, so it's actually nothing special. But what I really trained myself and really saw it improving for today is the complexion. So it's currently 10 p.m. dan aku itu tadi dandan itu jam 5 pagi. And as you can see, obviously it's oily because it's late at night, tapi the complexion is pakem gitu. And it's like a mix of priming water, priming spray, water thing, pokoknya ini. This is the one I use. This is the one I use from Studio Tropic, Balance Priming Water. Yes, and I think it's a good combo. Terus aku juga belajar pakai skin corrector, because previously I only used concealer to conceal my redness, under eyes, and everything. But it turns out a skin corrector, the green one that I used, is actually making a big difference on the complexion that I went with. And I also relearned how to apply false lashes because I used to enter a pageant, so I actually knew how to apply eyelashes on a daily basis, but I already forgot because it was like 5 or 4 years ago. Jadi aku belajar lagi dari kemarin, tapi kemarin tuh masih kayak ngambang dan belum nyatu sama eyelashes aslinya. But now, I think it's turning out quite well. Nggak ada yang ngambang-ngambang lagi, dan aku nggak touch up sama sekali hari ini lashesnya, walaupun aku padahal udah bawa eyelash glue-nya just in case I need it, tapi ternyata enggak untungnya. So that's a good thing. And another life hack is, tadi kan aku graduation dempul banget di Makamaya, obviously I cried a bit, jadi foundationnya itu cracking banget di bawahnya. And what I did was, because I was still going out, I didn't want to erase my makeup, but it was like pretty bad under the eyes. Jadi aku tuh bawa makeup wipes, dan aku itu dab a little aja sampai produk-produk yang crackingnya tuh udah keserap sama wipesnya. Jadi udah tinggal sedikit lagi aja, produknya udah nggak sebanyak awalnya. Tapi I use the dabbing motion, jadi nggak di swipe, karena kalau misalkan di swipe itu takutnya tuh semuanya jadi hilang. So with the dabbing motion tuh kayak perlahan-lahan aja setiap layer itu keangkat. And then after I see that the crack is a little bit more lurus, udah nggak cracking lagi, jadinya aku touch up lagi dengan the loose powder that I used before to touch up. And here it is on 10 p.m. I think it's looking quite well despite the oil. Ini bisa kalau misalkan emang masih mau lanjut lagi sampai malam, ini bisa diperbaiki dengan touch up lagi dan pakai kertas minyak and everything else. But I don't need it since I'm home. And that's kind of a tips and tricks if any of you has a huge event coming up dan rencananya mau makeup sendiri. That's what I learned. Sakit. Guys, sudah dulu ya, jangan dilihat. I'll be back when I finish my erasing my makeup and everything else. Sekarang udah nggak pakai ya. Dulu kan hits banget. Second step to cleansing, I'm gonna use my wipe to clean the leftovers that I can. Baru abis itu pakai sabun cuci muka nanti sekalian lagi. So I'm done with my cleansing wipe, and with that ends my cleansing phase in cleaning my makeup. So I will be heading to the shower, which I heavily need for today, and I think I'm gonna call it a day, and we'll get back to you guys tomorrow morning or afternoon or any time of the day. Bye. Hello, so it's actually 2 days later dari convo-nya. It's now Monday, 26 August. Then I want to end this video with a little bit of chit chats like I sometimes do. I intend this chit chat to be just about closing off my uni chapter in life and how I'm currently feeling and what my take on for the past 4 years. So this is another yapping chapter of my video, and again, like I always say, kalau misalkan kalian mau skip, boleh di skip aja kalau nggak mau denger yappingnya. I haven't prepped notes for what I want to talk about so that I don't miss out on anything. Yang pertama, I want to focus on what law school has taught me. Pelajaran-pelajaran yang aku dapat, of course, I learned a lot of legal things dan cara baca peraturan perundang-undangan, dan tentunya kalau misalkan lagi ada isu politics dan seluruh isu pemerintahan, aku jadi lebih paham. The reason why I was interested in being a law student is because I was always interested in politics. Walaupun dulu sebagai anak SMA dan bahkan dari SMP, dari zaman Jokowi JK kampanye, aku tuh emang seneng ngikutin, walaupun aku mungkin gak ngerti-ngerti banget, but I was always interested and it's still here until now. Kalau ditanya kenapa dulu aku milih kuliah hukum, that's why. Walaupun mungkin itu bukan, I can't really say for all of the years ahead, tapi for now, walaupun aku nggak intend untuk melanjutkan di pemerintahan atau politics and so forth, tapi it's just fun. Kalau misalkan ada isu-isu, jadi aku tahu yang mana yang accurate, yang mana yang enggak, dan apa yang harus diperhatiin. Semua itu jadi lebih seru aja. And that's one of my highlights of being a law student, itu. Aside from that, I think the most exceptional thing that I learned in law school is the ketelitian. Jurusan-jurusan lain juga sebenarnya mungkin ngajarin hal yang sama. Pasti juga harus teliti, harus high quality. Mungkin bisa dibilang kalau di hukum itu benar-benar diajarin kerja under pressure dan tetap teliti with a high quality. Itu emang kalau misalkan kalian pengacara, hakim, atau any field of law practices, kalau misalkan gak teliti, everything just crumbles down. Karena baca undang-undang aja nggak cuma sekedar baca, tapi kalian harus teliti apa yang kalian cari. Dan ketelitian itu tuh jadi bikin aku on a daily basis juga teliti gitu. Kalau misalkan ada orang ngomong, apakah kira-kira ini bohong atau enggak, hal-hal kecil kayak gitunya tuh jadi lebih ditingkatin gitu kalau misalkan jadi law student. And that is also one of the highlights of being a law student yang masih aku pakem sampai sekarang, karena it's affecting highly on my work quality as well. Terlepas dari tugas sebagai lawyer atau legal yang emang harus teliti, tapi emang sebagai orang pun jadi lebih teliti gitu, and I'm very grateful for that. I also want to highlight on the organization that I was in, yaitu ALSA, Asian Law Students Association, dan aku ikut yang local chapter Universitas Indonesia, and I was in there until I was the board of directors sebagai vice director on human resource development. I can't really tell you enough of how the organization itself has changed me and improved me. Jadi aku tuh dari awal maba emang sampai selesai itu di hukum ikut ALSA aja yang aktif, dan throughout the 3 years I can definitely say that the person I was coming in and the person I am coming out is so far, like so many has changed within me. I have so much people to thank, but mainly the organization itself is just very empowering, I can say. It's taught me so many things in life, baik sebagai character, as a leader, dan juga professionally, my work quality has improved a lot. So yeah, I'm very grateful. Dulu aku pernah lihat posan Najwa Shihab tentang dia pernah nerima atau mungkin nerima pertanyaan atau kritikan, aku lupa, tapi pertanyaan tentang kenapa kuliah hukum tapi jadi jurnalis. Her description was her describing that kuliah hukum dia tuh tetap gak sia-sia walaupun profesi dia jurnalis, yang sebenarnya bukan orang hukum juga bisa, karena di hukum dia diajarin ketelitian, di hukum dia diajarin berpikir kritis, dan semua itu aku sekarang paham. I understand what she means by that, and she was right. Itu yang aku maksud sekarang juga. Yes, that's about my review, my take on graduating from being a law student. And now entering my finding a workplace era, I just want to take a moment to absorb and grasp the moment. I am where I wanted to be 4 years ago. Dan bahkan gak cuma 4 years ago. Alhamdulillah, I got accepted in my dream university. I can say that I am where I wanted to be even like 10 or 15 years ago. Mungkin aku juga nggak mikir I would be where I am now at 21 years old. So I just want to grasp in all that energy for a while before thinking of where do I go next or susahnya nyari kerja and everything else. So if you are in the same phase as I am, or if you're not there yet, then mungkin kalian looking for a way to prep yourself, just remember, even in any stage in life, just take a moment to think that most likely you dream of becoming the person you are now, like 5 years ago or 3 years ago. And I just want to take a moment to enjoy that moment and reflect on how great the past 4 years have been, not just the experiences, but also my growth. I'm very satisfied with how far I've come, and it can come off as useless or a waste of time, mendingan cari kerja, but not for me. I think I need that when I'm able, when I know my worth, when I know how far I've come, when I know my values, then I can find a work that can appreciate my value as well, and I can show and remember what I've learned for the past 4 years, and that can definitely be a quality for recruiters to see as well. That's another perspective I'm looking at it. And banyak orang, a few of my seniors dan juga keluarga bilang kalau we can take this moment to rest, we can take this moment to have breaks, karena jeda antara lulus dan cari kerja might be the break, if not the only break that you'll get in your future ahead. Karena abis ini kalian udah kerja dan kerja, there are no breaks except for tanggal merah dan cuti. There are other things at stake. It's not technically a break given to you by life. Itu break yang kalian choose to ambil dengan mengurangi cuti, dengan nungguin tanggal merah and all that. So just take a moment to rest and remember all of that, and then when you're ready, let's get back out there. Karena setelah kalian kerja juga mungkin nanti bakal nikah dan bakal punya keluarga, and yeah, so you can say you have no other breaks other than now. So I'm trying to still be in a good place, walaupun not having anything to do on a daily basis is actually quite stagnant and boring, and it makes me overthink many things, but it's okay. And lastly, closing off this uni chapter of my life, I can say that I had regrets. I had so many what ifs that I should have done and could have done in the past to pursue and push my activities in my uni life. Karena I don't know if you relate, but in uni life, usually everyone is like go, 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 whether it's academically or working wise or everything. There are so many circumstances where I wanted to pursue this, but I was too afraid, so I ended up not pursuing it. Dan ini gak cuma satu, jadi this is also the moment where I feel like I need to let that go, karena momennya udah lewat dan juga everything turned out pretty well. So what's there to regret? I always believe that everything that happens is the best thing that could happen. So I should probably take a piece of my own advice and try to practice that. Okay, so that's my chit chat for the night and for ending this era in my life. I'm very excited and looking forward to what's to come. And I have to say that having you here is also one of my biggest blessings in this year. Now, I surprisingly already have over 2,000 subscribers, which is surprising for me. Mungkin itu sebenarnya bukan number yang lumayan tinggi, tapi for me right now, it's surreal that over 2,000 people want to keep up to what I'm doing on a daily basis. Thank you for staying here. I really appreciate you, and I hope we can do many things and maybe keep in touch. And I already DM with some of you through my Instagram. Ada yang suka nanya kapan nge-vlog lagi, terus ada yang suka nge-reply story, and I reply to a lot of it, and I like those interactions. So feel free to keep up and be in touch with me through Instagram as well. Thank you very much for watching this graduation vlog, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.